Good afternoon, ladies from Covenant of Grace. We are so excited that you are here with us today. And I pray that you are encouraged by this time that I have gotten to spend with my sister Denise as we talk about her story and what God has done in it. And so, Father, I pray that you would be honored by this time. Um, so, I am Laura Samuel, and this is Denise Detweiler, and we are going to interview her today. So, first question is just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Well, I was born in Baltimore, and I have pretty much been here my whole entire life, other than 4 years when I was 5 to age 9. My dad worked for the railroad, so we were transferred there for those few years. And my parents had 4 children. I'm the oldest of the 4. And my dad, like I said, worked for the railroad, and my mom was a homemaker. And we had him until I was 16, and then he passed away. So my mother blessedly remarried when I was 18
That's
to a wonderful man.
Oh, that's good that you have those just wonderful memories of both father and stepfather.
Yeah.
That's really special. So, can you tell us a little bit about your adult life? Spouse, job, family?
Okay, well, when I graduated in 75, I ended up started working for Social Security in 1976. And I worked there for 38 years. I retired in 2014 after 38 years. So I've been retired 6 years. And in that time, I've been married twice. I was married very, very short time right after high school. And then I married my husband, Jim, in 1983, and sadly, he passed away in 2006. So I've been a widow for 14 years, and I never had any children, but I'm a big fan of cats. So we've always had cats. And right now I've got 2 4-legged children, my 2 little boys. I call them my monsters. They're the men in my life right now. So that's my family.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And tell us about any hobbies that you have, things you enjoy doing in your spare time.
Unfortunately, I don't have any earth-shattering, really talented hobbies, but I do like to watch movies. I do like to read. I love to do Sudoku puzzles. And one of the things that I really enjoy doing is sitting on the computer and researching things. And I do a lot of typing in Word documents. I love to keep records on crazy things like famous crimes, major life incidences like the Titanic. And I've even got a 300-page document on the Bible because I've broken it down into topics so that if someone questions me or something, I'm not good at memorizing, but I can run to this document and I can look up a topic on sin or how to be made right with God or different things. So, and I know I can do that by looking it up online, but I like keeping the document myself because it keeps me in the Word, keeps me busy. So that's kind of my hobbies.
That is a really neat way of just engaging with the Word, is keeping that running document so that you always.
Yeah, I love adding to it and looking at it, and
that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. It's always fun to hear how other people do that. So I guess that leads right into our next question about your faith journey and how you came to know Christ.
Well, I wasn't raised in a family where we went to church. I know my parents talked about God, and I did have an aunt who did teach me about who Jesus was and that he died for me. And as a child, I believed that, but I didn't have that as part of my life. So when my husband was diagnosed with cancer in 2006, and he was the one that said, I want to start to go back to church. And I said, well, I want to go with you, even though I wasn't used to it. And it was a very tough thing. I cried a lot because I thought, I'm with all these wonderful, sinless people, which was farther from the truth. But in that, in his diagnosis and being sick, we needed God. We needed to know how to deal with this. And that is when my faith journey really began. So even though I believed in Jesus and I really began a relationship with him because I wanted to get to know him. I wanted to get to know what life was all about and why we were here and how to deal with what was happening. And he was there for me when I sadly lost my husband.
Mhm.
So that's how my faith journey went. And that's how I truly believe that God does use bad things to accomplish good. And that's how he brought me and my husband to him. And I have to say that it was worth it.
Yeah.
It's
What
hard,
an
but it was worth it.
Yeah, no, that'd be incredibly hard. But what an amazing legacy and memory that you have that he brought you. His your husband
Yes.
wanted to go
Yeah.
back. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. And how are you handling this time of quarantine? Is there anything that encouraged you, a verse or a song or anything?
Well, actually, I've been so busy, and being a widow and taking care of things around the house is so overwhelming that I've kind of liked having to slow down and be at home and get things done and not be in such that hurried world. And I,
Mhm.
I I don't really know of any verses that come to mind, but I do know that every day our elder Ken Harris puts a verse on Facebook.
Yes.
And every day I read that and I get encouragement from that. And I also have another friend who's really good at putting verses on Facebook. So I go into Facebook every day and I look at those verses and I find encouragement from them. I would like to say I'm getting a whole lot more done around here than I am. But I do something a little bit at a time and on. And I just think that God is teaching me, and I think He's telling all of us, let's just slow down.
Hmm.
We're at such a fast pace. Let's slow down. Let's be appreciative. And let's think about one another. Be here for one another.
Yeah. Thank you. That is very encouraging. I've found that same thing of being still and um so is there anything you miss uh during this time and that you or what do you want to do as the first thing after you get off quarantine and
So I can only keep it at one, right?
if you have two, you can share two.
Well, I would have to say I miss hugs. I miss human contact. It's just me here, and I am so grateful. I do hug my cats all the time, but it's just not the same as hugging a human being,
No.
and having that physical contact and being able to reach out and touch them on the arm or something. And of course, I miss getting together with friends and being at church. I really miss that. But I really, truly miss the hugs.
I agree. I miss the hugs too.
Yeah, and
Very cool.
my cats are walking around with lipstick on their white fur because I'm always kissing them and I've got lipstick on and I'm like I got yeah, but they're my little hugging cushions.
Well, I'm so grateful that you
So
have them.
I am too. I am too. They're the boys in my life. They're little gifts from God, as I always say. All
Well,
right.
is there anything else you want to share with us or anything you had on your
Uh,
heart? No?
Nothing other than how grateful I am for modern technology, where during this time I can still connect with my church, with the ladies in the church, with our Sunday school, with our pastors, with the sermons. And I think I would be going really crazy if I didn't have that, because at least, even though I can't reach out and touch, I can at least still see people, see their expressions without a mask on. And so I'm very grateful for this.
Yes. Well, I am really grateful for you.